Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to this multi-part series of a visual journey through Japan in the wintertime across a 21-day rail itinerary. So we put this all together ourselves and we're sort of planning the whole trip and we're going through all these things. We're doing it all independently. For those who are curious, we're going to be shooting with a number of different cameras. Interchangeably, Ellie and myself will be using the GH5S and the GH5 from Panasonic, taking photos with the Fujifilm X-H1, the X100F and the XE3, and yeah, we're hopefully going to create this visual journey, and as I said, this is going to be a multi-part video series, so we should have quite the journey ahead of us on nothing better than trains. I do love me a train in Japan, they are fantastic. So let's get going, and hopefully you will enjoy this and get inspired to visit this amazing country. Welcome to the Streetcar in Sapporo. This is my first time in an actual winter destination. Never been somewhere that expects this much snow. It's very white, it's very exciting. This bit looks kind of untouched, but it could be for a reason, because it might be quite deep. It's a little deep. When we were reading up about it, everyone was kind of saying come up at night time, you see the city at night, which, yeah, it's great, but you wouldn't see this. And this is beautiful. Yeah, this is so great. Tell you what, this feels like we're in GoldenEye, like a sort of a Bond villain's lair. I'm sure there's some secret spy stuff happening around here. We're just taking the tram clockwise round to the northeast corner. Had my bearings lost a bit then. It's funny how even though it's -2 degrees Celsius, I feel kind of comfortable. It's weird, like I've been in other places, even recently, where it's been maybe like 6 degrees or something and felt really cold, and I'm trying to work out, is it a different coldness? Is it like a dryness in the air that makes it more bearable? Is it because I'm wearing more thermals? But I don't think I am wearing more thermals. I think I'm dressed the same as I would in any other winter place. It's weird, I'm just more comfortable here. There's definitely a lack of wind, which helps, but I don't know, I don't feel as cold as I expected to feel. It's odd. I'm very, very comfortable, which is good. I must say though, the shops are pumping out some real heat. It's very difficult when you walk in somewhere and it's, you know, maybe 30 degrees inside. It's a little too hot in places, but it's especially difficult with cameras because my camera goes from being really cold to really warm, and of course moisture and condensation is not a good thing at all. We've just had some sort of like late lunch or something. There's no real way to describe it because it is 4 o'clock. It's in between time. I've been told potatoes in Hokkaido are really great, so I'm gonna have every potato I can. Anyway, as we're in the area, we're gonna be hopping up the TV tower just to get a view of Roary Park. That's kind of like a famous view across Sapporo. See what it looks like in between daylight and nighttime, because it's gonna get dark very quick. And then we're going to be heading off to the Sapporo Bier Garten, for an all-you-can-eat drink and eat extravaganza. I'm very much looking forward to that. I think we got pretty lucky with the sunset just as we got to the top. The sky kind of went pretty pink for a good hot minute, and then it just got dark. End our evening in Sapporo at the Bier Garten. So of the sort of lager beers, Sapporo is probably one of my favorites. So for 100 minutes we can eat and drink as much as we like, and we are definitely going to make use of that. So that pretty much ends what we're up to in Sapporo, but continue watching, and we're going to be taking the train to Hakodate tomorrow morning. We're leaving Hotel Unwind this morning. This has been a great little sort of lodge-like room, perfect for the snowy weather. I will point out that I'm going to be leaving links in the description to all the places we're staying, and also just to remind you, these are places we have booked and paid for ourselves. So they are genuinely our recommendations on places. Alright, so we're leaving Sapporo today, and we're heading south down to Hakodate. Now of course there is so much more to experience in Hokkaido, but we are limited by time. So we're getting our first train. Now technically this isn't a Shinkansen because the Shinkansen doesn't ride this far yet, but until then it's still a pretty fine train. And we've got 3 hours on this. Welcome to Hakodate. This is where the Shinkansen starts. So the train that we're on earlier wasn't actually a Shinkansen. It's just kind of like a fast express regular train, I guess. It's technically not a bullet train. That line will be opening, I believe, in 2031. So we've still got another 12-13 years or so until that actually opens. And that will reduce the time from Tokyo to Sapporo from 12 hours down to 4. How insane is that? So we've got about 1 hour or so until the light disappears here. It's going to be setting at around 5 PM. It's currently coming up to 4 PM, and we're going to head to another ropeway. So we're heading up towards Mount Hakodate, and we'll have an overview of this kind of peninsular sort of geography around here, overlooking the bay and the water, and see how big the town is. The lighting is looking very nice, by the way. I'm really loving like the colors and just the way everything kind of like shines about. I'm gonna enjoy editing these photos and most likely put together some new presets for those. It's a different look, it's a different style, but I like it. Okay, I was just putting my foot here and it was like nice and solid, and then I saw Ellie was filming, so I was like, right, I'll do it on this side just so there's no footprint. I fell all the way through the bloody thing. checking out of a hotel in Hakodate today. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see much of the city because spent quite a lot of time last night doing some business stuff, admin, boring, whatever. So yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way it goes with the nature of our trip. So we can't always spend 100% of our time exploring, but I have enjoyed this hotel lobby. It's been a great place to work, and we're now going to head to get our Shinkansen.
まもなく秘境です。ホームは左側です。
Oh man, this is what we're waiting for. This is the Shinkansen. I absolutely love the Shinkansen. The whole idea of bullet trains is just immense. Independent track system based on principles of going on straightest lines as possible with extremely long tracks, cutting through mountains rather than going around them, going over roads rather than having crossings, like all these different principles that make it a super efficient, incredibly fast service. I love that. I love everything about it. And of course, this is the new E5 series that goes from Hokkaido down to Honshu. This train goes all the way to Tokyo, but we're not going to be getting it that far. And I am so excited to be riding the new green one. This launched a few years ago, and yeah, it's a pretty special train. So just a couple of facts to point out about the Shinkansen network. So there are just under 3,000 kilometers of track across the whole country. The trains themselves run up to speeds of 320 kilometers an hour. That makes them the second fastest trains in the world, on par with the ICE and the TGV in Europe. And they are just magnificent. One of my favorite facts about them is the fact that when you add up all of the disruptions across the whole year and you average them out, including natural disasters, the average disruption is 24 seconds. You just can't beat that. It's incredible. This is why I wanted to make a rail series. Shinkansen, reactions, thoughts, what do you think? You excited as I am?
I'm not as excited as you are, but it's my favourite colourway of the bullet train, so glad I saw it first time.
So that was about 7.5 hours of train journeys today. So we're now in a Best Western, and this is probably the most no-frills hotel stay we have that we've booked on this trip. It's pretty cheap, but the reason that we're here is because we wanted to go to Ginzan Onsen, which is not far from here, but we literally just didn't book enough time in advance. You have to book it months and months and months, and there was literally nothing available. And in the nearest town, pretty expensive, so we come a few towns further south. Yeah, we're going to be here for a couple of nights, and then yeah, tomorrow we'll go to Ginzan Onsen, which is a traditional sort of village towny type thing, and see what that's all about, because it's a pretty popular traditional destination. So yeah, catch you tomorrow on that one. welcome to Oshida Station. This is where we're going to get the bus to Ginzan Onsen, which is like a traditional town, or like a village type setup. It's about 40 minutes away, and there's only one bus every 90 minutes, and there's only 5 in the day. So we've arrived quite early, and we've now got like an hour or so to kill, and Ellie's going to add something.
There is another way where you can go from here to get a bus to a different town which is closer, and then you get another bus from there to Ginzan Onsen, but it takes like 10 minutes and 30 minutes, so it's like either one bus or 2 buses.
I see.
But you don't have to wait for this bus, basically. You can kind of just hop on and off.
Yeah. Alright, that makes sense. So yeah, we're playing it safe and just got here a little bit earlier because we don't know how many people are going to be here. It's one of the most popular destinations in Japan for this type of thing, although we're not in the peak season, so yeah, we're just not sure. So yeah, we will cover it and take that bus when it comes in about an hour and a bit. There's actually a bit of a pathway around here, but it's all snowed over and unreachable. So we just stopped off for a curry bun and a coffee, and we're in this, I guess, it's like a traditional sort of building. You come upstairs, take your shoes off, and it's got the nice tatami mat flooring. I'm loving the low ceilings and the beams and like all the woodwork around. It's yeah, it's just a aesthetically pleasing, very peaceful area to have a coffee and a curry bun.
It's really good.
It's so good. There's something just really warming and sort of hearty about the curry flavour. Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. So Ginzan Onsen, as the name suggests, is a hot spring town. And pretty much most of these places, if not all of them, have hot springs within them, like private baths that you can just go and enjoy the hot natural water. But luckily for us, there are also these feet baths that you can just dip your toes in and warm up a bit. It's very, very nice. I like it a lot. We've had to make the executive decision to leave before it gets dark here. Now I know it's quite popular to see this place at night time, but there is only one bus after the sun sets. And could be a bit risky if we miss it. So I guess that's just a chance for us to come back another time and actually stay the night here. So I hope you've enjoyed this video coming all the way from Hokkaido. Due to the short length of time, we can't see everything, but likewise we can't also see everything in its prime. I know Sapporo has some amazing winter festivals in February, which unfortunately we're going to miss, and some other things. But again, that's just the way it goes. I've really enjoyed this, and we have more videos like this coming up. So we're making a whole series of this. If you want to catch those, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification, and you'll get notified of those future videos along with other ones. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you again soon. If you enjoyed this, make sure you do share it with your friends, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Alright, thanks for watching everyone. See you later. Bye bye. Double-decker Shinkansen. Oh, the best friends! One last train. One last train. This place just doesn't get any more beautiful. It just looks like just wallpapers everywhere.